What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more of The Boss, and we're returning to the special playlist of Bruce Springsteen tunes provided by Michaela, and there's so much more Bruce coming after that. I know I keep saying it, but I really need to emphasize just how much Bruce material we have in the coming weeks and months and beyond. But the next tune I chose from the playlist, based on the title, is Meeting Across the River. We listened to The River already, and I wouldn't necessarily expect there to be any direct connection. I suppose it could be a sequel song or a song set in the same narrative universe. At the very least, we can say that the phrasing and the environmental setting seems to be in the same area. So, yes, I do wonder what is happening meeting across the river, what significance that entails in terms of not only the river and what may be different on different sides of it. I also wonder if this is in some ways a metaphor, if there's figurative meaning, even if it is also literal and visual. So I'll try to pick up what I can. This is Bruce Springsteen. The track is Meeting Across the River, and it's one of many tunes, over 20, included in a special playlist provided by Michaela.
Hey, can you lend me a few bucks? Tonight, can you get us a ride? Gotta make it through the tunnel. Got a meeting with a man on the other side. Hey, this guy, he's the real thing. So if you wanna come along, you gotta promise you won't say anything. This guy don't dance. The word's been passed, this is our last chance. We gotta stay cool tonight, Eddie, 'cause man, we got ourselves out on that line. And if we blow this one, they ain't gonna be looking for just me this time. And all we gotta do is hold up our end. You stuff this in your pocket, it'll look like you're carrying a friend. And remember, just don't smile, change the shirt, 'cause tonight we got style. Cherry says she's gonna walk, 'cause she found I took the radio and honked it. But any man, she don't understand that $2 grand's practically sitting here in my pocket. Tonight's gonna be everything that I said. And when I walk through that door, I'm just gonna throw that money on the bed. She'll say this time I wasn't just talking. Then I'm gonna go out walking. Hey, Eddie, can you catch us around?
I mean, there's a lot to say here, but I gotta start with that trumpet. I think it was a trumpet. That brass, at the very least, was exquisite, and it had this oldie-timey feel to it. I don't know if noir is the right term, but it felt like it should be in an old time movie, and even the lyrics seemed to suggest something that could be the plot of a movie. Of course, Bruce's vocals sound great with a bit of scratch, not crazy, but yeah, a bit of scratch, a bit of husk. And the piano, I love that little triple motif where it's like a lower line, a middle line, and then a high line, and all of them are just sort of quick and sprightly. And then there was a more like continuous, steady, melodic bass for the tune with the piano. And definitely there was a point in the latter stages, last like third or so, where I noticed the bass was really, strumming or pulsing away. But I'll admit, I was keyed in on the words, and though I don't really know what's going to happen, it sounds like maybe it's some, unsavory or criminal exchange. It sounds like he's maybe betting on something, but maybe not in a casino sense. Maybe in he's part of some deal, and he had to raise some capital. He had to sell the radio, and it sounds like the girl was ready to leave him over that. But he's saying, you can come with me, presumably to another guy, I'm not sure, but like, if you do, you gotta play it cool. Put this in your pocket, or maybe think you've got a friend, which I'm thinking like is a gun or something, and they have to have a certain look on them. So it sounds like they're maybe smaller time crooks or something like that, but they're gonna be part of some big deal, but they gotta look the part, they gotta make sure they don't take a wrong step, and he's saying if they do, trouble's gonna come after us, and not just me this time, but if you're coming, it's gonna come for you too. And it sounds like that could be the law. That could be troublemakers, gangsters on the other side of this deal, where if, they think they're being swindled or, taken advantage of, or they're not getting what they're supposed to in return, then trouble could come looking for them. But it sounds like he's going to go across the river, which I wonder if there's kind of like a other side of the tracks kind of feel, like, the other side of the river, it's a more dangerous or like seedy place, but that's where money can be made. And he's saying, this time I'm going to come back, I'm going to put all the money on the bed, and not only is she not going to leave, but she's going to realize I wasn't BSing this time. I wasn't just, talking like, oh, I'm going to make it big, don't you worry, I'm going to find us some money, but this time it's really going to happen, which would imply that there's been other times where, he maybe put all his eggs in a basket, or like, oh, I'm going to make a big deal, I'm going to do something that's going to allow us to leave this place or whatever, and it didn't happen, it fell through. So yeah, it sounds dangerous, it sounds like there's a risk, not only for the narrator, but whoever he's talking to. It sounds like multiple aspects of the narrator's life are balanced on a knife edge, and they could go either way depending on how this plays out. But I don't know specifically what's happening. And of course, maybe I missed some detail here, or maybe I misinterpreted one of the lines I heard. But yeah, it sounds like a noir kind of storyline, and again, that trumpet, I was going to say sax, that trumpet really gave it a bit of that flavor. I can see shadows in the evening, and sort of like evening light as like they're preparing to go across the river and make this deal, whatever it is. So it felt like maybe a shorter tune, like 3.5, 4 minutes. In fact, not even 3.5, like 3:15. But I was really gripped by the story, such as I could understand it during that time. So it actually felt a little bit longer than that. But yes, more great vocals, more great composition and arrangement, and lyrics that I'm very intrigued by. So once again, thank you massively to Michaela. Thank you to all the folks who've quickly become part of this deep dive. It does seem, again, already like there's a number of folks following on and commenting. And once more, bear with me as I, grapple with not only getting a sense for his songwriting, but the specifics of any given song, which it's just always the way I've listened to music, and these days I get immediate feedback, so I enjoy the system the way it is. So in any case, let me know what you think of this one, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.